So we've got a adopted amended agenda, and can I get a motion to do so? Second. Motion's made and seconded, any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, motion carries.
Next item is to say the pledge, as we have always, as we've been starting out, doing, honoring our country. Tonight, student from Porter Elementary, fifth grader, Jola Walter, leads in the pledge. Can someone forward, and let's lead, and you can lead us in the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Butcher, who will introduce students saying the vision, core values.
And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to a few of our student lighthouse members to read those. And at first is Dalton Matney.
I'll be reading the mission statement. The ultimate educational experience for every child, every day.
Now Miss Emily Triplett with the vision.
Our vision statement is to be an innovative school district, focused on learning without boundaries.
And Miss Emma Dye with the core values.
Integrity, leadership, commitment, and service.
I'll go ahead and keep it with you for any student recognition.
Okay. And while we have them, as you noticed as you were coming in, you probably got greeted by these students, and they offered to give you tours, things like that. This is a big part of last year's Student Lighthouse team. Several of them have gone on to the middle school, and so these kids have actually been with Leader and me, most of them going on year 5 now. So they've been here since they were little, when we first implemented it, and students that, Gabby, here if I pick on you for a second, very shy. A couple of years ago, you know, you wouldn't normally see Gabby raising her hand, answering questions, volunteering to do things. Now she's on the Student Lighthouse team. She actually gave presentations last year for parents. What else did you do that's?
I did the kindergarten orientation.
She spoke at kindergarten orientation. Did you join the choir? She's in choir. So it's really given Gabby a voice and a chance, an outlet for things that she normally wouldn't have done. We've seen a lot of growth with Gabby. And I think that rings true for all these students. Thanks to them, we actually earned Lighthouse status last year, and part of that was, it was a big thing that we went through, a big interview process. They met with Lighthouse members that were adults, but they also came in and they drilled these students. I mean, they presented leadership notebooks. They interviewed questions, and we didn't get to prep them. We had an idea of things that they may talk to them about, but it was completely, when they came in to interview the school, the adults weren't allowed with them. So whatever they said was true, was what they knew and spoke of. So at this time, I'll let them introduce themselves very quickly. Stand up.
Hello, I'm Madison Shearer. I'm in 6th grade. 2 years.
You've been on Lighthouse team for 2 years.
My name is Connor Watts. I'm in 6th grade. I'm 12 years old, and I've been on the Student Lighthouse team for 2 years.
I'm Gabby Blankenship, and I'm in 6th grade, and I've been on the Student Lighthouse team for 2 years.
I'm Dalton Matney. I'm a 6th grader, and I've been on the Lighthouse team for 3 years.
And also the finale team.
And finale team for 2 years.
I'm Emily Triplett. I've been on the Lighthouse team for 2 years. I'm a 6th grader, and I'm on the finale team. My name is Emma Dye. I've been on the Lighthouse team for 3 years, and I'm on the finale. My name is Lily Gerald. I'm in 4th grade, and I've been on the Lighthouse team for 2 years.
And you notice some of them use the word finale team as well, so that's another extension of the Lighthouse team. Those are actually the students who lead our monthly events where all the school comes into the gym and it's completely student led. They get together, they plan, they pick a staff spotlight, student spotlights, and it's some hardcore discussions deciding what students deserve this, and they go back and forth, and they've got a whole list they argue about, and they plan out the whole event. They like to center around themes if there's a holiday coming up. One year they came around dressed as elves and sang Christmas carols. One dressed as Santa, and it's all them. It's student-led. These are also the students that work a lot on service learning projects throughout the school. They do a lot with Pennies for Patients, Rope for Heart, those type of things. And then they give a voice to the students out in the building, kind of just the same as what your site-based or PTO would do. So we're very proud of them and thankful to have them on our team.
Which I like for them to come up and take a picture. Come on up, boys and girls, behind this board.
These students also, there was a team that traveled to the Kiwanis, Rotary, things like that, and they did presentations. They actually went to the high school last year, did some presentations, which if you think this is intimidating, go into a room of high school students that you probably look up to or hold at high regards, and they went off without a glitch. They did awesome.
Thank you again for all that you do. Moving on, we'll now look at the Golden Eagle Awards, and let me remind you that the Golden Eagle Awards are given away each month. One certified person and one classified person for the Johnson County School System who has been nominated as going above and beyond. These recipients will receive a certificate plus a Golden Eagle. And the Golden Eagle is actually made by our engineering department at Johnson Central High School using a 3D printer and painted using by the art department at Johnson Central High School. So it's a very special gift in my opinion. So I'll begin with the classified employee. Loving, dedicated, generous, flexible, nurturing, problem solver, team player. All words used to describe the classified recipient of the Golden Eagle Award. This person has gone above and beyond every day since her employment began in January of 2013. Most of her years have been spent here at Porter Elementary, but her last two have allowed her to become a part of the Central Elementary family as well. No matter which school she's at, there's one thing you can be certain of. She's always dedicated to her students. Her care and concern doesn't stop when she leaves school. She is continually thinking of and concerned for her students and checks in on them even when they are not in school. She is also one of the most favorite places to visit in the entire school. She has magic ice that can fix any problem. It makes everything better. And she even fixes up the adults when they need her too. Porter and Central Elementary are very thankful for our nurse, Jackie Collins. Tonight's magic ice. Now for our certified recipient. This certified Golden Eagle Award winner is a 25-year veteran from Johnson County Schools. She exemplifies what it means to be a teacher and a team player. Her many years as a primary teacher has given her the wisdom to see the true value in helping students get a strong start. She has worked with novice reduction, RTI, and provided small group instruction as well as the individual instruction as well, helping students be more successful. She has also helped guide teachers through the RTI process with individual students. Leading weekly PLC meetings with kindergarten through 6th grade teachers, she has been instrumental in making these meetings organized, informative, and meaningful. She has worked hard over the years to build rapport with teachers and has made them feel comfortable in asking her for advice or helping with things at their grade level. In addition to her daily duties, she has also worked on primary standards and has served as a site-based council member. However, what says volumes about this person's character is that she recently volunteered to go back to 2nd grade after another teacher retired. She embraced this challenge, got her room ready in a weekend, and has things running smoothly. Again, this is a testament to what exemplifies her as a teacher and as a team player. Congratulations to this month's certified recipient, Ms. Raina May. Well, start now, if I can picture both of them behind. Thanks to both of you for hard work and dedication.
Next, we'll go on to item 4, to approve the minutes from August 26, 2019 regular meeting, September the 9th, 2019 special meeting, and public hearing and bills and payroll from September the 19th, 2019. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Any discussion? If not, call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5A, renovation reports. Start off with Mr. Adams.
Mr. Adams, unable to be here with us tonight. I do have some information to pass along, though, this came to you all via our architect, Chairman Carter Barnhart, in discussion about the project. I'm going to read all that through you and speak for you. So we do ask that you approve the $1,818 payment, Chairman Carter Barnhart, Architects.
A motion to approve. Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next.
We'll also ask that you approve the $2,289 payment to Ellie Greg and Sons against payment for their work with the construction project for vocational addition.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion made. Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item C.
For the next item, we have Trevor here from CMTA, had a little word there, who's going to be talking to you about the VG4. So I'm going to turn it over to Trevor. Sorry.
You're fine. So we are substantially completed the project several months ago. We just started the paperwork now to close the project out with KDE. VG form is the first step in that process. So we just ask that you sign it for substantial completion.
Thank you. A motion to approve. Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 5B, Mr. Eastuck.
I have this month's attendance report to present. And just briefly go through it. Page 1, we presented last month, that is our enrollment as of today, actually. Our current enrollment stands at 3,386 students. Flip on over to page 2. And at the time of our last board meeting last month, there were still a few days, about a week left to the month 1 attendance month. And that shows the district's attendance rate for month 1 that we closed it out as. And then also for month 2, that is month 2's attendance rate as of Friday. So we finished month 1, and again, the black bar is the current school year. So we finished month 1 at an attendance rate of 95.33%. And today, in month 2, we are at 94.17. Next page shows you how we closed out month 1 per school, by school. So that is month 1 attendance rate by school. Next page shows month 2 is our current month. Again, that is year to date, so it's September the 3rd through, again, this went through Friday, so September 3rd through September the 20th. And I compared that to the same days from a year ago. And this one, again, is broken down by school. On to the next page. As we talked about and discussed at the last board meeting, I'm going to present the non-resident students And we are still waiting. We have not received any non-resident students that are coming to us. Again, that is required that they have to send that to us. So there's still about 2 weeks before that deadline approaches, and as of today, we've not received any from any other districts. However, these are the students that are currently attending Johnson County schools from our other school districts that we have the non-resident contracts with. And just quickly go through that. We are receiving 161 students that reside in Floyd County, 64 students from Lawrence County, 28 students from Magoffin, 19 from Martin, 6 from Morgan, 112 that reside in Paintsville district, 1 from Pike County, and as a total, we are currently educating 391 non-resident students. And compared to last year we were at 410, this year we're at 391. Next board meeting, of course, I will have a complete number of our students that are attending other districts. Finally, on the last page, this is just kind of for your information. This is a percentage of the students that have perfect attendance in each of the schools. And I apologize, I don't have forgot to update shows the actual number, but you can see on the left of the bar there of the graph, the percentage. That is the percentage of students at each school that have perfect attendance. That's this month's student report. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we've got 5C, Ms. Butcher.
I'd like to thank the board for coming out tonight, and everybody that's here on behalf of Porter Elementary. We have a very quick presentation that we would like to show. Kind of odd timing for us because testing scores from last year are still embargoed, so we can't discuss any of that yet. So we've got a video prepared that we're very proud of that our students have worked on, and then a few slides we're going to talk about. So if you will. I'll let this do most of our presentation right here.
I am brave. I am determined. I am a dreamer. I am creative. I am strong. I am an inspiration. I'm a believer. I am passionate. I am confident. I am a hero. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to change the world. This is me. Look out, world. Here we come. For me, being a leader means being the kind of kid that others look up to. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one else is watching. It's about always working to get better, to be better, to making change. It's about having dreams and having the courage to make your dreams come true. At Porter, our teachers believe in us. They stand behind us. They see our value. They see our potential. They inspire us to be great. Be proactive, I'm in charge of me. Begin with the end in mind. First things first. Think with fear. Stop. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Give it time. Sharpen the saw. The world may not know it yet, but they're going to love us. Because we believe that we're the future. And we are a million dreams for the world we're going to build.
What is a leader? According to Bill Gates, leaders will be those who empower others. I can honestly say that is what is happening at Porter Elementary. Over the last 3 years, I've had the opportunity to experience the tremendous impact the Leader in Me has had on our school, with both the staff and the students. Leader in Me embodies the belief that change starts with me. Everyone has genius, and students are empowered to lead their own learning. Through leadership, culture, and academics, the Leader in Me makes students college, career, and life ready. It develops the whole person.
Porter Elementary is just the beginning of our journey. We're starting out like this is how we lead, and we won't stop.
So that was part of our presentation for last year's Leadership Day the students worked on. As you can tell, we feel we have many things here at Porter to celebrate, and we mentioned that last year we came White House status with Leader in Me. This summer we got notification that we've been voted the 2019 Best Elementary School Between the Lakes, and we had the best teacher, Mrs. Suzette Fairchild. I think she already ran out on us. We're very proud. Last year, our football team and boys basketball won the district championship. So far, our football team's been undefeated. We will talk about tomorrow night. We're going to stay positive. That's all I'll say. With that, with anything, we have many strengths that we feel have been working to our advantage. Obviously, one of the first ones that we think does so great for our school is the Leader in Me. This year, with the help from the board, we were able to add a STEAM lab to our school. Before we had STEM, which was more the science, technology, engineering side, and we added STEAM lab to bring in the art, music, technology side of that, and then we changed STEM to band, building and math lab. So they're still getting a little bit of those same things, the Lego robotics, the engineering with Mrs. Cochran, but then they're also getting all of the other parts of STEAM from Mrs. Caudle, so thank you board members for approving that. That's been a great thing. Our students also have Essential Skills Lab, which is where they do learn more Leader in Me lessons. They learn manners, they learn everyday things that you and I probably came to school with that unfortunately some of our kids aren't getting now. And really just how to be a good person, soft skills, how to shake hands, make eye contact, things like that. Another thing the board helped all of our schools with was RTI this year. I think all schools probably, no matter how much that we do with it, you can always do more interventions. You can never have enough. So we were able to hire 2 RTI specialists that are going out into the 5 elementary schools, and we appreciate that. That's been a big help. We're very proud of our extracurricular programs that the district has and that we have here at Porter. We have, just like what everybody else has, but another thing, a lot of our kids are wrestlers. They've got a lot of titles that Mr. Matney was here. He could ring off all the different national championship titles he has, as well as his younger brother. Nicest kids you'll ever meet, but you don't want to meet them on the wrestling mat. Thrill Share has been a big thing for us because it gets our story out there. It lets us showcase what goes on at Porter every day. And I hear from parents all the time how much they love seeing pictures of their kids. It might just be them sitting at a desk doing an activity, but they see them. They know they're okay. They know they're engaged. They're doing something. We're very fortunate to have a very good PTO that works great alongside us. Whatever we need, they're willing to try to help us get. They fundraise, they fundraise, they fundraise. They start in May to begin for next year, and they're still going, and they're fundraising for now, and they're talking for plans for next year. I'm like, let's get through right now first. We're fortunate in the district and here at Porter to have technology. We have a lot of iMac labs that through different grants people have written, or Chromebook labs, iPads through grants that we've gotten. So we got a lot of great things going for us, but like I said, with anything, there's always areas for growth. One thing that we have noticed notoriously throughout year after year is math, no matter what we've done, and we've added in the STEM lab or a math intervention lab, it's still something that always needs improved upon. So, again, we don't have test results from last year that's public, but knowing what we've known from the past, this may change when they come out. That's one of the things we've gone ahead last year and this year and added. We know that math is a thing for intervention that needs done. Mrs. Cochran does some groups. The Unite teacher will be doing some groups. And STEM and STEAM will hopefully add to that as well. There's always a need for resources. I don't care how many you have. You look around and you see all these fabulous iMacs, but then, you know, with anything, they eventually get some age on them. They need updated, so it's a constant thing of finding new funding for those resources. And with the change in society, with the change in education, what our kids are used to at home. Mine, I'll be the first. Mine they can work an iPad better than my husband. Jace shows him how to turn the volume up and down on it. Unfortunately, we have to change to them as well, so that needs resources, funding for technology. Funding's something we always need. And like I said, we're fortunate to have a great PTO. We're fortunate to have dedicated teachers that they are willing to go out and write grants and get more. People like Miss Salyer, that helps all of our schools. We're very blessed here at Porter and in our district, thanks to fabulous people like that, all the people we work with and the board. But we've always got things that we can make better. I don't have many scores to show. I did pull up some of our exact path results from last year. And this is just a very quick synopsis of from the beginning, the middle, and end of the year. And if you look, you'll notice ELA and language arts. The first part of the year in August, we started with 55% of students below level school-wide. You had 33% on level, 12% above grade level. By the end of the year, you had 23% below. The rest were on or above level. In reading, we started with 45% below level, 32% on, 24% above. By the end of the year, we had 17% below level. All the rest were on or above. And with math, you kind of see similar numbers throughout. 50% below, 43% on grade level, 7% above. Those numbers, by the end of the year, we had 18% below, 47% on, 35% above. So this does show, even though we've not been happy with what we have seen in the past of pay prep scores, what we're doing is helping. It's getting us there, but we still know we need to keep reinventing and adding to it. So that will be our focus moving forward. The changes we've made, like I said, and changing in scheduling with Mrs. Cochran's classes, Ms. Caudle, even Ms. Lemaster doing interventions, the Unite teacher. Some of this may change when the actual testing stuff does come out for pay prep. But as far as looking at this is school-wide, so this is your K through 6. So, I mean, we do see growth in all of those areas. We're very pleased with that and proud of our students and our fabulous staff. And that is about it. Anyone have any questions?
Thank you. Item 6A, approve the 2019-2020 working budget.
On this over behalf, you should have a copy, you have it attached, the working budget. I want to remind the board that this is the final budget of the 3 budgets presented throughout the year. The draft, as always, is in January, the 10th has been made. This budget includes the best estimate of anticipated revenues and expenditures for fiscal year 2020. It's based on information available at the present time and is very similar to the tentative budget that you approved in May. The general seat fund has been budgeted from the forecast provided by KDE, and that amount is $16,995,398. Keep in mind, we may receive a seat adjustment after this budget is approved, so there could be possible adjustments made, including seat and elective focus reductions. The working budget includes current board-approved staff allocations, salary and premiums, step increases, insurance costs, site-based instructional allocations, and also reflects the increased property tax rate. We are asking for approval as presented.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the working budget? Motion's been made, seconded by William. Any discussion? If not, call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6B, Ms. Rice.
Ms. Rice couldn't be here this evening, but she has 2 students. We have 2 students in our district that because of medical reasons, they have to have a shortened school day. So you have the information in your packet, so we would ask that you accept her recommendation for two students having shortened school days.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the shortened days? Second? Motion's made and second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 6C, Ms. Sager.
Ms. Sager is working on JCEA tonight, so we are asking approval for a Head Start agreement. And the purpose of this is to ensure full utilization of all Head Start funds.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6D, Mr. Cochran.
Asking the board to approve the student health and academic achievement contract as presented is for healthy schools.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 6E, Mr. Young.
Yeah, I'd like to ask for the board to approve for us to apply for a KISTI grant, which is a technology grant. It's among members only. It's up to $10,000, and Dr. Hyde is in our school, and she's going to apply for the program class.
Actually, I'd like to extend that to all districts, personnel who are KISTI members, give them an opportunity to apply for that $10,000 grant.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
We also have, on Ms. Sager's behalf, Head Start 2 grants. We'd like permission for early care and educator provider quality improvements grant and the alumni grant. That's up to $60,000 to help us with kindergarten readiness.
Very good. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Community use of facilities.
Yeah, the Hager Hill Free Baptist would like to trunk or treat there again. They've done it in the past 10 years past, tentatively for October 26th.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Did Sean have one as well?
I'm here for him. Special Olympics, he likes to do a Halloween dance at the middle school, October 25th, and they do have insurance.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have student trips. Mr. Crum.
Mr. Trump's at a soccer game, I do believe. We're asking for approval of FFA to the National Convention in Indianapolis, October 28th, November 2nd. A wonderful opportunity for us FFA students. Choir, Pigeon Forge to perform at Dollywood and the Dixie Stampede, November 7th through the 10th. Boys and girls golf, pending qualifying for the state tournament in Bowling Green, October 6th through the 12th. And FFA again, November 4th and 15th in Louisville for the Livestock Expo. And student council to a trip during spring break, you know, miss school time, March 29th to April 1st in New Orleans. All of these fundraisers will be funded by the appropriate group organization.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 6H, Mr. Cochran.
Like for y'all's approval of the TAR document, it's basically how much we spend on technology every year, every single year.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6I, Ms. Rice.
Yes, Stephanie Rice is asking that you approve the ARC chairperson list and 504. The ARC is the Admissions and Release Committee for students with special needs. So there has to be a committee that determines when it's time to admit those students, when it's time to release those students. And they look at a whole lot of information to make sure they're making the right decision for the students. So we just need acceptance for that.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 6J, Mr. Cochran.
we'd like to, you all to approve an agreement with Bollet, which is the library software. The one we got is about 10 years old, it's out of date. So we'd like to update our stuff for our library.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 6K, Superintendent Cochran.
In your agenda, you have a copy of property appraisal for the FFA farm we currently lease. So I need direction. I would ask that you let me offer, get in contact with the owner of the property and offer appraisal value for that same property.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve Mr. Cochran's actions? Motion's made. Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, Superintendent Cochran again.
As I do each month, I want to share with you the activities that I've conducted this month for Standard 2, which is instructional leadership. I won't talk about those to you, but you can see each practice. There are several activities that I have completed throughout this year's affair. I'll be able to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Cochran? Any comments? If there'll be none, we'll move on to the superintendent's personnel report. And everybody has a copy of that. And then last item is motion to adjourn. Motion made and has a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next meeting, October the 28th at the central office. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight and thank you for sharing your school with us.